Hello again everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now before we start, I'm very well aware that I haven't shaved, and that's because I'm playing the role of Rat in The Wind in the Willows. But don't you fear, it'll be back to the clean shaven Rob next week. Now today, I'm going to look at one of the most recognisable figures in British history, who started out as a figure stuck under the foot of a Roman emperor, who would go on to become a symbol of unity, of empire, of the sea, and her name? Britannia. The earliest known example of anything like Britannia comes from the 4th century BC, with Greek explorer Pythias, who talks about the islands of Prytaniki, meaning the lands of the Britannia people, or the Painted Ones. Later on, the Greek historian Diodorus Siculus talks about Britannia, turning the local name into something more obviously Greco-Roman. And when the Romans turned up, they called the islands Insulae Britannicae. In 55 and 54 BC, Julius Caesar invaded Britain, but it wasn't until 43 AD under Emperor Claudius that the conquest properly began. Now Claudius took part in the invasion himself personally, and he was awarded with the title of Britannicus. And it's as a result of this invasion in 43 AD that we finally get a personification of the figure of Britannia. Our first known depiction of Britannia actually appears in Turkey, in a place called Aphrodisias. She's shown as a conquered naked woman stuck under the foot of Emperor Claudius, a vivid image of imperial power. However, the image of Britannia soon evolved. No longer the defeated rebel, she became the seated, armoured woman, with Corinthian helmet, spear, shield, often with the sea lapping at her feet. She was now a place and a protector, a symbol of Roman control over the edge of the known world. Even after the Romans left in the early 5th century, the idea of Britannia lived on in histories, poetry and stories. And by the Elizabethan age, she was reborn again, once again being used as a political symbol. In 1576, the scholar John Dee created a visionary work promoting naval strength, having the figure of Britannia kneeling at the sea, calling upon her queen to protect her realm. After Elizabeth died, her successor, James VI of Scotland, who became James I of England, staged elaborate London pageants, all about the reunification of Britain. And in these pageants, Britannia was shown as a regal nymph, standing atop a triangular mount of the British Isles. The image of Britannia first appears on coins around 119 AD, during the reign of Emperor Hadrian, and she would continue to appear on coins throughout the Roman occupation, most notably during the reign of Antoninus Pius, who had coins made commemorating his campaigns in Britain, the same campaigns that resulted in the building of the Antonine Wall. Now her last known appearance on coinage is during the reign of rebel Emperor Claudius in the late 3rd century. Britannia doesn't reappear on coinage until 1672, during the reign of Charles II, but she's more or less appeared on coinage ever since. Now according to Samuel Pepys, the model who was used for this coinage was Frances Teresa Stuart, famous for resisting Charles II's advances. Britannia has even had children. In New Zealand, Zealandia is seen as a daughter of Britannia, and she's often appeared on currency in countries like Canada, for example. Across what was the British Empire, Britannia is seen as a symbol of British identity and power. Britannia has had many modern iterations, but she was a Roman invention, a symbol of Roman conquest. But she became a symbol of unity, power and pride. She's seen the fall and rise of kings and of empires, and she is a perfect lens to look through the history of Britain. Sometimes beautiful, sometimes fierce, but always complicated. But thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. It helps immensely, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao for now.